Hello, this is Timothy Halloran, and it's a pleasure to be speaking with you all once again. Personal update and announcements. So it's a very active, busy, exciting time. There's a lot going on my end I would love to share with you all. Sun and Mars is in Gemini, Venus is on Uranus and Aries. There's a lot of busy restlessness happening at this time. But this is not another bi-weekly forecast. I want to tell you about what else I am doing and what else I would like to share. And so, first of all, after coming back from the amazing Astrology Rising convention in Costa Rica, I am back to resuming individual astrology readings once again. And so I took about a whole month off to really focus on and prepare on the work which I did in Costa Rica. And some of that work is now available through my new online store at RasaLilaHealing.com/store. You can see it at the top of the website. There is now a download for the Asteroid Lucifer, but I will come back to that. First, I want to talk about what's going on in terms of readings. It feels really great to finally be doing readings again. I really missed doing readings, and the other main priority that I'm focusing on now is workshops. And for those of you who have been listening to my bi-weekly videos, I have made several announcements that this is what I'm going to be doing. There's a strong need for astrological education I'm really observing out there in the world in terms of some of the fundamentals, the basics. And so most of the responses that I've gotten from people so far is that this is the type of workshops that they would like. I'm still going to leave the offer open. I would love to hear from you for any suggestions or recommendations you have. What would you like to learn? What would you like to study? Where is your own level of expertise in astrology? Are you a beginner? Are you advanced? Please feel free to email me with some suggestions and let me know that information. That way we can create a symbiotic relationship here. And so the first workshop which I am going to do is going to be on the moon. And the reason why is it's going to share how to learn the basics of astrology, the zodiac signs, planetary aspects, phases of the moon. We're going to learn all of that, but also how you can study and observe and learn firsthand, tangibly, through observing the moon on a day-to-day basis. What signs are the moon in? What planetary aspects is the moon in? We're going to learn how to do this, the tools that can be used, the different techniques that can be used. But then, at the end of the day, you will be left with a little goodie bag full of these resources and techniques, so that way you can start to apply astrology to your own personal day-to-day life in a first-hand, tangible, experiential way. And that's very important because that's one of the best ways to actually learn astrology, is not just through reading all the books, not just getting all the certification and having all of the information in our mind. That's needed, that's a prerequisite, and yet that doesn't necessarily determine how tuned into nature we are. And astrology can be a tool, a profound gift, to tune into nature. And so this moon workshop is going to be how to tune into nature. We're going to be learning how to time our lives, how to get into the rhythms and the cycles of life, so that way we are in tune and in rhythm and in step with the dance of life, rather than fighting against the grain, which virtually all of us born in this day and age are conditioned by our society, our culture, and upbringing to do. Fight against the grain of nature. Well, the moon is our emotional core. It's our personal core. Our moon is our most relatable core experience that happens in that first-hand, tangible way, which we call emotions and feelings. And so this workshop is going to be how to tune into, again, the moon. That way you can learn astrology not only in the left brain, rational, moon signs, phases, zodiac signs, planetary aspects, etc., but also what does this feel like? What does it feel like when the moon is in this sign? What does it feel like when the moon is in this phase? What does it feel like when the moon is in this planetary aspect? And that is one of the most powerful and direct ways of learning astrology firsthand that can be applied and taken into the rest of your life. And so that's going to be workshop number 1 on the moon. And you can go to www.RasaLilaHealing.com/moon-workshop. You're going to be able to ask questions. There may even be more than one class, depending on how things flow. I am really into flowing with what's going on and not forcing anything that's not comfortable, particularly when we're working on the moon. And so that's really going to be the goal for this class, is to come in, learn astrology firsthand, tangibly, experientially, and then take things from there depending on how the class and you guys are responding and feeling all about it. So awesome. That's going to be the first workshop on July 1st. Forgot to mention. 1 month from today, we will be having the first class of this moon workshop. Okay, so readings, moon workshop, Asteroid Lucifer I briefly mentioned. The reason I was so compelled to talk about Lucifer in Astrology Rising, and I was obsessed with this archetype throughout the entire last year, putting together the presentation, which is now for sale in the download store. The reason I was so attracted to the archetype is because I feel it is so relevant to where we stand in our own collective human history in relation to spirituality, religion, dogma, and morals. How are we actually functioning within our own nature? And so there is an asteroid Lucifer, the 1,902nd asteroid to be discovered and named. Very far out and interesting. This is not introduction to astrology stuff, but it is something that I think is relevant. And even if it's not in the technical astrology way, this archetype has a lot that can be relevant to our own personal lives and experiences. But the fact that this asteroid does exist in the natal chart itself does suggest that this is a part of our own nature. This is not something separate from us. The Lucifer archetype is going to be teaching us about our own nature, our own truth, our own relationship to divinity, and the gift of free will that this relationship bestows us. And what that means and what that says about the reality and the nature that we live in. And how we can work with, or not even work with, we can surrender and be a part of and embrace, that's the word, embrace this nature that we are in the most heart-centered, open, peaceful, and relaxed way possible. That's what the Lucifer workshop is truly about. And so again, a month from today, on July 1st, is the first moon workshop, and readings available to all of you at the link below. And so, other than that, I think that's pretty much what's going on my end. I look forward to connecting with you all, and it's a pleasure speaking with you. Take care.